Hello everybody, I'm back. I'm back in my neck recovery recliner. But not because I've had another surgery, just because it's been several years and I thought it was time for another update. Luckily, I have nothing bad to report. I am just in this chair because that's where I did so many of my other videos way back years ago when I was still recovering from my surgeries. And I still get so many comments on those videos, and so many people are just interested in how I'm doing now. So I thought I would just do a quick kind of update video. Real quick, before we get into it, I just wanted to ask that you guys hit the subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel out, and so many people have watched these videos. Not as many people that watch hit subscribe, and I would love it if you would subscribe and could follow us along the rest of our journeys through our through this YouTube channel. Hit the like button and the subscribe, and if you hit the little bell, the little notification bell, it will notify you on your phone or your device every time I upload, so you can be the first to watch. So anyway, let's get into it. If you haven't seen my videos or you're just starting to kind of get into them, I will put a link to a playlist in the description down below. I might tag a couple videos up above, but for those of you that don't know, I am 4.5 years out from my first cervical disc replacement, neck surgery. I had 2 herniated discs in 2018, the beginning of 2018. And then 2 years later, almost to the exact same month, I had 1 more herniated disc. I have now C4, 5, 5, 6, and 6, 7 all replaced. So I don't have any more of my actual disc in there. It's all either artificial disc or fusion. So I've had both disc replacement and ACDF, lucky me. I have lots of videos kind of recounting my recovery story and how I felt along the way, but this is now kind of the long-term effects, at least so far. Like I said, 4.5 years and 2.5 years, because it's summer of 2022 right now. And things are going pretty well. I went back to work. I'm in my 2nd year right now back to work. I work for a school system, and so we just went back to school. I've been back to work for, a year plus, and I am doing physical therapy. So I am working with doing some pretty physical work in the school system. So I am bending, lifting, carrying equipment, things like that. So I have been able to do that back to work. Now, I do have to be careful, and I have to take breaks, and I just have to be more conscious about myself and my posture and how much I'm working myself if I'm doing too much. I just have to be cognizant of that. But I do, for the most part, feel pretty good. I will have some flare-ups here and there, and I just know that I've overdone it, and I just have to take a couple of days where I don't lift and pull and push too hard. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Overall, with my neck and my just general recovery after several years, I have said before that, I never totally feel like I'm 100% back to normal, and I don't think that that'll ever be expected. I feel pretty good though. Like, I feel even better now overall than I did 2 years after surgery. So, I do still get stiff. I do have to be very aware of maintaining my range of motion. It's real easy to just kind of get stuck back in my regular day-to-day routines and not do any kind of exercise or stretch, but I can eventually tell when things are kind of out of whack, or I've overdone it, or I've lifted too much, or I've slept funny, and I will get stiff. So I really have to remember, even still, that I need to take care and do some more stretches. So I have, my range of motion is here. I cannot get my ear to my shoulder, and especially on my right, or my left side going to my right, it's just limited. This is probably the worst. Going this way, it's a little bit better. It feels different. And I think that's just because in my day-to-day life, like, I tend to go this way, like when I write in my head. I don't know why. I have, this is my range. When I go down, it pulls. Like, I still have some tightness between my shoulder blades. I can rotate, but I notice more and more that I am compensating by turning my whole body instead of just my neck. But that's probably also different than before. Like if someone used to be like, hey, look over here, and I could just turn and look, but now this whole twisting is just a little bit more stiff. But I'm also older now. Like I just have lost some flexibility in general. So I do have some stiffness. What I've noticed a lot, especially since the ACDF surgery, is that things have always kind of cracked and popped a little bit, but I notice them a lot more, and I don't know what that is. I haven't been back to the doctor since, I think it was maybe like 8 months post-op my second surgery. So it's been over a year that I've seen anybody, because I don't have any major things to complain or want to fix. I'm just kind of curious sometimes. But when I do stretch, sometimes I can feel when things are kind of out of alignment, and I will sit and just kind of hold. I won't push or pull or do anything rough or fast, and all of a sudden something will just kind of pop open, or I can just feel there's like some grinding and some crunching in there. And I think I don't know what that is 100%. That could be the artificial discs kind of rolling in the socket, and they were stuck and now they moved. It could be some arthritis from like facet joints, or just different things that are moving. I can't 100% be certain where I'm feeling it, but I do feel that kind of cracking and popping sometimes. I will also, I've said this before in some videos, I also still can, what I think is hearing the artificial joint rotate. Like if I'm just really quiet and move my head back and forth, I feel a grinding. Like if you've ever seen like a mortar and pestle, like that metal on metal, or kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just that I can hear it in my ears inside my head. So that's kind of strange. But I do have some of that still, the cracking and the popping, and I just have to kind of stretch to kind of, I feel like things compress down, my muscles get tight, just like we all would. Like we just have tension in our neck and shoulders, and I just have to be aware to kind of relax that out. And then things do kind of separate and spread out and feel better, and they pop sometimes. I do have some random nerve pain every once in a while. I will get pain like in my ulnar nerve down in like your funny bone area. Sometimes my fingers will get a weird pain, or I'll get that classic like shoulder blade pain. I don't feel that right now, so it's a little bit hard to think about, but I will still sometimes get that. Hard to know if that's related to the surgery, if that's related to the injury that I had while I was waiting to get the surgery, or is that just something random that's come up since then that's new, or that's related to my age, or that's completely just a random coincidence. I don't know, but I do still have that. Probably the biggest thing that I have noticed since my second surgery that has been very consistent is that and this could also be age, but my hands fall and my arms fall asleep a lot. They do it when I am sleeping, like not just sitting up. Like when I'm awake and doing stuff there, I'm totally fine. But I will often wake up in the morning with something numb. And I feel like that started happening very regularly after my second surgery, after the ACDF. And I don't know if it's related, if it's just changed my neck posture and sometimes things get pinched easier, or I just have some injury there that's just more susceptible and more sensitive, and that happens sooner. Sometimes it is just because I'm laying funny and my arm is, bent up underneath me or something like that. But that happens a lot. Like I still have that numbness. It's gone. Like I don't have any right now. After I wake up, it's better. But it is a little annoying and kind of disconcerting that once that happens over and over again, am I hurting something? Am I damaging something? I'm not sure. It's still kind of hard to find the perfect sleeping position. I toss and turn a lot, not from like major pain, but just kind of like uncomfortable, or I get in one position and I start to feel stiff and I want to move. So that's kind of where I'm at with my general, how I feel day to day. Overall, very good. Like, like if you're facing this surgery, what that nerve pain is, and I don't have that anymore. So that is a huge benefit. I have my strength I feel pretty good about. Sometimes there's just some weird things that are like a little less sensitive as far as strength goes. Like sometimes when I'm typing, I don't know that I'm as fast as I used to be. or as coordinated. Like sometimes the right hand types faster than the left, but overall, like very normal things that I can do. Like I said, I am still working. I have 2 young children, so I am taking care of them, lifting them, taking them in and out of car seats. Like I'm back full, everything that I need to be doing, I can do. We do our normal house activities. I have a garden in the backyard. We have to do our regular house chores, just like day-to-day life stuff, cooking, cleaning, it all gets done. We travel, so we've gone, driven in the car for long distances, packed the car, carried things like that. I've even done some rides. We've gone to like Disney World and ridden some roller coasters since surgery. I wasn't sure if I was going to get back to doing that. I don't ride crazy stuff, but just the fast rides that they have at Disney. I might do a video on that too, kind of like Disney after surgery, my recommendations of things that I do and don't do, just to be safe. But overall life has been pretty normal. I appreciate that you guys are still watching and still curious. I know that this, people face this surgery all the time. I am hopefully, knock on wood, glad to have that past me. I don't want to do that anymore. But it's, it's still something that I have to think about. It's still something that I talk about and can reference and can have some experience with. So I am happy to answer any questions that I can. My experience is not the same as everybody else's. Some people's lives and injuries and the reason that they have surgery or their outcomes after surgery are different. And so sometimes people ask me, is this normal? And I say, talk to your doctor about that, first of all. And my experience is just my experience. So this is kind of how it is 4.5 years after my surgery. I remember facing my first surgery and kind of coming out of that, and life had sort of shifted a little bit just in general, plus my surgery, and I really kind of felt like sort of lost. I did not go straight back to work. I had a young child, so it was easy to make the transition of just being stay at home for a while. But I never thought I would go back to work. Like I kind of figured that part of my life was over. And so it's interesting to be at this phase now and to kind of feel like things are pretty much back to where they were before. I will always kind of be aware of my neck. I'm very careful, like when my kids are going crazy or like if we're outside throwing stuff, like I'm just very, like I try to stay away from anything that might hit my head or fall, like kids climbing and stuff like that. I'm just more conscious of that. I don't want to get another injury or just add more insult to the injury that's already there. So I'm just more aware of that kind of stuff. But overall, I do my life pretty normal like I used to. I probably should work out more. So what I do to kind of maintain my mobility and my strength and my posture as best that I can is I will do some stretching when I start to feel things getting tight. I do some stretches. I'll kind of hold. I'll try to relax and let the muscles kind of lengthen and be in a new position for a while. I will do some strengthening where I kind of squeeze my shoulder blades together, either straight back or I go up like this and pull them down and kind of squeeze my shoulder blades together this way, just to kind of strengthen the back of the neck and back and traps and rhomboids and all that stuff back there. I do have my neck traction device, the pump up thing that I talked about before. I will put some pictures maybe right here of that. And I recently purchased something else I just found online. It's kind of like a neck curve. It's not a pillow, but you lay over this bump and you lay on your back and it kind of helps keep the curve in your neck. And that's one thing that that's a problem for me, is that after this surgery, even before, my neck was pretty straight. It didn't have the curve in your neck that you're supposed to have, that lordosis that comes forward. If you've seen an x-ray of a nice neck, it's kind of, if you're facing this way, it curves forward a little bit, and mine does not. So I bought this thing to kind of lay over and stretch just to see. I don't know. It's nice to have just a different choice where you can just kind of sit and relax. The other thing that I've done is take 2 tennis balls and put them in like a sock and tie them together so that they stay like right next to each other in the sock. And then I will lay over that. It's not quite as tall as this other thing that I bought. and it kind of massages, it pushes right in at the base of the neck. I can kind of roll around. It's a nice little self-massage thing, and it kind of adds to that curve. It doesn't let you flatten your neck out too much. So so I will do that. I also have, since, except for like the year of COVID, like 2020, I have been getting pretty regular monthly massages. And it's just something that I did for myself as kind of like a me time self-help thing. It's also therapeutic for me. It keeps my muscles relaxed. It was something that I started, and then now my husband has been helping as like a Christmas gift. He'll buy me a gift certificate to go back. So it's something that I've been able to keep up with. It's nice to have that time to myself to kind of relax. And it does help, like whenever I get headaches or any kind of thing that I could possibly relate to my neck tension just from life and stress, it's nice to have those massages. If you can do that, definitely look into getting some massage, but be very open with your massage therapist about, you know, what you're having done or what your pain level is, so that they don't make it worse. So they're aware of like your neck, and just that you want to be careful about that, but that's also a place where you hold a lot of tension probably. So that might be something to look into. There are some places that do therapeutic massage, and that you might even be able to get it to be paid for through your insurance. So I do have those things that I kind of do as my general maintenance, keeping up with things. So I should probably do better about the general exercise, and like maybe like more yoga and like flexibility, stretching type of things. I would love to get into that, but I won't hold my breath. Don't hold me to that. But I would love to do that. Maybe now that I put it out loud, I'll do it. But that's kind of how I do to maintain. I hope that if you're watching this video, this gives you a little bit of encouragement. I hope that if you're facing a surgery, that you are able to have it, and that it is successful, and that your pain and everything is better. I really appreciate everybody watching. Make sure, of course, that you like and subscribe. I have definitely been growing this channel over the last couple of years because I don't have the next stuff to focus on so much. It's not taken up and consuming my life like it used to. So now my channel has expanded to family things and travels. We have an RV that I cover. I have a playlist of all of our RV things. I have a playlist of all of our Disney travels because we are a big Disney family. I have a playlist of all of this, of all of the ACDF, neck surgery, recovery, pre-surgery, all of that stuff, all of my worries and results and questions along the way. All in one playlist. And then I have some just general lifestyle stuff of us at home and me starting up this channel. So I hope you guys are doing well. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And I will be back with plenty more videos, whether it's regular life or whether it's, you know, neck updates over the years. But I thought it was time to do another update because it has been a while. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye.